Hey, big guy. All right, so today we're going to make our volcano model. We're going to start by molding the plaster of Paris model, and then on another day we'll paint it, and on another day we'll do our eruptions. Okay, so I want to make sure you have all the materials. Yeah, I'm not hearing you on the computer link, but I'm not hearing you on the computer. Ah, now you're connecting your audio. And now you're unmuted and I can hear you. Great.
Why does it sound like it's on a big speaker in a room?
Cool. Hi, guys. Great. So we're going to start by making sure we have all the materials we need for this part of the experiment, okay?
I'm across the hall.
Okay. Can you start by laying out, let's put on the table all the parts that we need. Are we going to work in here, Miss Carolyn, or are we going to work outside?
Yeah, I'm going to let them do it in here. It'll be all right.
Okay, we'll try and be extra careful, and we'll try and extra hard to clean up any mess we make.
It'll be okay.
Papa, why are you in the kitchen?
This isn't a kitchen, this is a laboratory. See here, I have the gas to plug in my Bunsen burners, and over here I have a scale. It's a very precise scale called a sartorius, used for measuring out chemicals, and so we get exactly the right amount. And here I have all kinds of sinks and retorts to heat things, and I have stands to clamp test tubes and vials and anything I need. So all these drawers have all my materials for my laboratory.
Where are you? It's
where I really am is in my bedroom. Okay, but since it's Zoom, I thought it would be fun, since we're doing an experiment, to make it a virtual lab.
What? How do you do that?
He's amazing.
Okay. So let me go ahead, and we're going to start by making sure we know what we're doing in advance, step by step. It's boring a little bit, but if you take the time to go over the plan ahead of time, everything goes much smoother. Okay, so I'm going to share.
Papa, I have to run upstairs for my meeting.
All right, you have fun. We'll have fun too.
Call us if you need help from me or Steven. My meeting is for 3 hours.
3 hours? We won't see you till wait, what time is it right now? As soon as your meeting starts, you'll probably be.
It starts at 1:30.
So if it starts at 1:30, and if it starts at 1:30, 3 hours. Oh, it'll be 4:30. Well, that was easy.
Okay, guys, can you see your screen? Do you see that I'm sharing out the instructions?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's look over the steps so that we know that we have everything we need. So do you have the 3 pieces of the mold and the rubber band? And you've already put that together. Is the rubber band around the top of it like this?
Yep, I did that all because I know how to
set that aside. Now, do we have a measuring cup?
Yes. It already has all the water in it.
Okay. And do we have a big bowl that we can mix the plaster of Paris in? Is that an okay bowl for us to use? Mommy said so?
Is this okay?
I think maybe this one would be better because that one's a special Christmas bowl. So will this work?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Like just a plain plastic bowl or something that's not really important. That would be better.
Disposable. So that one we can throw out afterwards. That's what disposable means.
Okay. And
Have the candy.
do you have a spoon that you can use to mix the mixture? We're going to mix the water and the plaster of Paris powder together.
Oh no, do we? I think we do.
Okay, so I need you to get a spoon, and it needs to be, a plastic spoon that's a throwaway would be great if you have disposable ones. Otherwise, not a really important spoon, not a fancy silver spoon, just a plain spoon big spoon that you can use to mix. Oh, that's the stirring stick. We can use that. We can use that to mix. That will be fine.
That's the stirring stick is for moving it, I thought.
Right. Well, we're going to use that stick to do the mixing. That's great that they provided a stirring stick. I see that that's in our instructions. Okay. Now, can you show me? Do we have the let's see if I can make you large.
Sure,
I can see better. Do you guys have the plaster of Paris mix, the powder that is the white mix called plaster of Paris?
It would help if you're if you're being very careful about listening. And you only do what Papa says, okay?
Wait, what was that?
I want to show me that you have the plaster of Paris.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Okay, and hold that for just a second. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a minute, so that I can see you guys great big. Okay, and what does it say? That says plaster of Paris, does it?
Yeah, it says volcanic plaster.
Okay. All right. So I also want you to. You got a measuring cup, and does it have 1 cup of water already in it?
Yep.
Okay, so we've got the right amount. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to let's see, how do we do this? Let me double check. Okay, so to your bowl where we're going to mix everything, put your bowl that we're going to mix everything in so I can see it on the camera.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good. And so pour the water into that container.
Okay.
Okay. And I need 2 boys for this, 1 on either side of the table. Okay. So, Emmanuel, come over on this other side of the table and get the stirring stick.
What's stirring? That's
stirring stick. So come over to the opposite side, so that you're not next to your brother, but opposite him on the other side of the table. There you go. That's the right direction.
There you go. There you go. We're doing project time.
I got some water, but you're getting bottles.
Okay. Now, Nathaniel, you've got the plaster of Paris?
Yep.
Okay. So I want you to shake the bag so all the powder's in the bottom, so when you open it, it doesn't come out and fly all over the place. Good. Okay. Now, does the top of the bag have a zip that you can open it up and rip it easily, or do you need to cut it open?
Yeah, I cut it. I did a little snip.
Okay. Can you carefully rip the top of the bag open so that the bag is open? Okay. All right. So can you show me the open top of the bag? There we go. Perfect. Okay. So here's what you're going to do. So Nathaniel, you're going to pour just a little bit of the powder in, and Emmanuel, you're going to stir and mix it. And we're going to keep adding a little bit of the powder and a little bit of the powder. So what you're mixing is in the big bucket. So yeah, there you go. So pour just about a handful or 2 handfuls in.
Put your hand in it, Nathaniel. Wait, you want me to put my hand in it?
So Nathaniel, go ahead and pour a little powder in.
Okay.
About 2 handfuls worth, right? And then Emmanuel, you're going to stir and mix it. We want to make it all turn liquid. So mix it up so there's no powder left.
You should check on what's happening upstairs. Oh, it's just very loud.
You can stir it pretty quick, pal.
Oh yeah, because this thing is tall. I see too.
Jeremy can see too. Sure, let Jeremy look. All right, and when that much powder has dissolved, then Nathaniel, pour about that much more powder in.
Jeremy, no on the table. I'm on the table so I can stir it. Yeah. Yeah. Silent.
Okay, so Nathaniel, pour another little bit of the powder in,
Blue powder.
like about 2 big handfuls, a little bit more than that.
Can you see it?
No.
Good. Now stir it up.
I can't show you any
The
better.
smoke is going into
Do you guys ever make pancake batter? Do you ever make pancakes with your mom?
Yeah, and sometimes Dad.
This is going to, and with your dad, yeah, this is going to be very much like making pancake batter.
Oh no. When can I help?
Okay.
When can I help?
Try not to get your hands in the powder, okay?
It already happened to me.
Too
Yeah.
late.
That's all right. It'll wash out. The one thing we want to be careful not to do is we don't want to pour this powder down the drain because it will harden and then it would clog the drain. Okay, so go ahead and pour in some more powder.
Okay.
Are we gonna pour in all of it eventually?
We're gonna eventually pour all of it in. So pour about half of what's left in the bag in.
That's half of it.
And mix it and let me know when it's almost all dissolved and creamy. No lumps, no powder left in there.
Still watery.
Yes, it will be at this point.
No more powder lumps.
Okay, so pour about half of what's left in the bag in there.
No,
Jeremy, off the table. Jeremy, sit down to watch.
half.
Off the table, my friend. Thank you.
You only said half left.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
Okay, good. Mix it. You're doing a great job.
Now what?
Now pour the rest of the powder in to mix.
Okay.
Rest of the powder. Oh, that's a lot left.
Try not to get to the end of the bag wet.
No, I can't stir.
Okay, now take the empty bag and go put it in the trash.
Okay.
And you really need to stir it good because there's a lot of powder to mix in.
Let me go like
Hold,
this.
keep it on the table while you mix it so it doesn't spill on you.
Should it be no more powder left in?
You want to mix it until there's no more powder, although it's going to start to get harder to stir. It's going to turn to like Jell-O.
Whoa, that's what I started doing already.
Okay.
Turning to Jell-O.
So how's the mixture coming? Is it got lumps or is it or powder that you can still see, or is it all consistent and smooth?
I mean, there's still powder in it.
Okay, then you need to keep mixing it until it's not powdery. It needs to no lumps. It needs to be all mixed in.
So hard now.
Nathaniel, you know what you can do to clean that up?
Yeah.
Go get a paper towel and get it just a little bit wet. So just spray a little water in the sink and then come wipe that powder off the table there.
But Pop, it's all smooth.
Okay, it's all smooth. Okay, so here's what I need you to do.
Just like
Nathaniel, I need you to bring the mold forward and hold it with 2 hands against the table. Okay, he's cleaning up the powder. That's fine. After you've cleaned up the powder, good.
So what do we do with the mold?
Okay, so Nathaniel is going to hold it against the table, flat and level. So move it a little bit back so I can see it on the camera, okay? There you go. So Nathaniel, you're gonna hold that with 2 hands.
Molding it.
Right. And then Emmanuel, you are going to lift up that bucket full of the mix. Now, Nathaniel, I need both your hands on that mold.
Yeah.
Okay. And Emmanuel, you're going to take and pour the mixture into the volcano.
Middle? Into the middle of it? Like where there's no...
Yeah.
Right in the middle. Yep, right in the middle.
Scorpion. Oh, look at that goopy stuff.
Don't forget to blow.
There's a lot of goopy stuff.
So that's
And you can use the stick to scrape it.
Good, you're doing all right.
Good job. Okay. So you know what we're going to do with that bucket? That bucket is now a trash can. You could put your paper towel in it, and you don't need to stir it in there. But I'll tell you what you can do. You can see what I'm doing with my hands.
Yeah.
I can't see.
You can look on the video. You can take that mold and move it like this. Don't let it open up. Just leave it against the table and rotate it like this, and see how that's making it settle down so it's more level.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now what we need to do is just leave it alone for the next hour. And an hour from now, we're going to come back and we're going to put it, then we're going to move it off the table to someplace where Jeremy and Joy and nobody else will knock it over or hurt it. And we're going to leave it there overnight, and we're going to open it tomorrow. Okay? So we're basically done with this part of the project for today.
So we're done for the whole day?
We're done for about an hour. So do you want to set a timer, and then you can call me back in an hour when it's time to clean up, to move that?
That'll be
Okay.
Yeah, 2 o'clock.
All right. So let's do the cleanup that we can. Okay. So we want to save the stir stick because we're going to use that later. But the empty package and the bucket that had the mix in it, we're going to go put that in the outside trash. Do you have an outside trash?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay. So if you don't have an outside trash, go get a new trash bag and let's put that in a trash bag all by itself, and we'll tie it off.
Why do we need to go all by itself? Oh, because it's gonna mold and stuff.
No, just so that we're trying to find a way to not make it messy. Because if that stuff gets on your clothes and whatnot, it'll turn them white, and it's just kind of, isn't that powder kind of messy?
For Nathaniel, it was not for me. I didn't even get it on.
Good, you did a good job. All right, so we're going to put the measuring cup back over in the sink.
We don't need it anymore.
And good, because we're done with that. And
Doesn't matter, Jeremy. Yeah. What?
okay.
Let me stop. Hey.
Okay, so are any of the instructions or papers or other parts of the kit, we want to put them together and put them safely aside.
Okay.
So if the volcano had a package it came in, you could put it back in that package, or we could use a big Ziploc bag or something to put it all safely aside.
Okay.
Cool.
In an hour, what will we do again with it?
So in an hour, then we're going to take it off the table. We're just going to let it sit there. In an hour, it's going to be mostly set up. But to really harden, it will really harden after a day or two. So what we're going to do is, in an hour, we're going to move it so it's not in the way on the table, and so it doesn't get bothered by anybody. It doesn't get broken or knocked over.
You need to put it somewhere?
It's already starting a bit leaky.
No,
Yeah.
that was before. That was before.
That's why we're just going to let it sit right there on that paper. As it starts to harden, it'll stop leaking, and it'll set up.
Are you making popsicle?
This is already starting to harden. The bits here, it's already starting to harden.
Ice popsicle?
Yes, it hardens very quickly. Okay. All right, guys. So I think that's it for this phase of the experiment. Do you want me to call you in an hour when it's time?
Okay.
Okay, good. Do you guys want to do a different lesson for the hour while we're waiting?
I don't know. I don't think.
No, thank you.
Okay.
In the chair?
All right. So
Thank you.
actually, you guys, you know what? Since your daddy's right there, Stephen, do you want to set that mold up somewhere that it can be out of the way overnight? It ought to be allowed to harden overnight to really come to full hardness.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Jimmy. You put that in. Yeah, I can. How long does it need to set overnight?
Yeah, overnight it'll be completely cured. It actually we could take it out of the mold in an hour, but I would let it set overnight, and then we can work on it some more tomorrow. There you go.
The volcano studying today too. We can do some
Excellent.
volcano studying tomorrow would be great.
Yeah.
We've been
Very
watching
cool.
videos and reading books. We cracked open a geode today.
Oh, what fun!
Yeah.
Now I want to use a
We learned
jackhammer.
about igneous rocks. Jeremy,
Oh, that's so cool. You know, I have a mineral lesson.
You do?
Oh yeah, we love crystals. The boys were talking all about crystals. We take
And Nana and I have sent the boys a Magic Rocks kit, so they can which grow crystals from these we call them Magic Rocks.
we were talking about that. Carolyn has a no thank you. Carolyn has a pink salt grinder. So we got to look at the pink crystals and taste them and talk about eating rocks.
Oh, what fun.
Oh yeah, we want to grow our own. Okay, Jeremy, it's put up now. Come on out. Guys, don't
All
leave
right, guys.
before he hangs up on you. Come back. I gotta set this in the garage for tomorrow.
Great.
Goodbye, Papa. No, not yet.
Hey, buddy. All right, guys. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the recording now, and you know that you guys can earn badges on the class site.
Yeah. Look at my gold
So
minion.
you guys get you will earn the Volcanologist 2 badge when you post your video to the discussion. But since I've got the video, I'm going to post it for you. All right. So I'll post this video for one of you, and we'll do another video when we take it out of the mold and paint it.
Is that why
And
it was
I'll
on
post that for the other one, so you'll both earn the badge. Okay.
Is that why I said it was recording?
It's all recording. Yep.
Look at my gold minion.
Nice.
Apart from my dog.
All right. Bye, Minion. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Bye. 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 Bye.